All Things Mavs.
What's up, MFFLs? Welcome into All Things Mavs. I'm your host, Jimmy Crowther, breaking down all the latest Mavs news and some Mavs rumors because we are officially in the offseason. And you know what that means? Free agency's coming up, the draft's coming up. We're going to have it all for you right here on All Things Mavs. But let's start off with the news of the day. Kristaps Porzingis has another knee surgery. However, this one not quite as detrimental to his health as that ACL tear. We all know he tore his meniscus in Game 1 of the NBA playoffs. Everybody kind of freaked out. Turns out it wasn't really that big of a deal, so he underwent a pretty minor and easy surgery to get that done. The Mavs waited a while. They wanted to make sure that he didn't need that surgery, but turns out they were like, we'll repair it, and he'll be fine and ready to go for training camp. Now, we don't know when training camp's actually going to be, but whenever it is, the Mavs expect Porzingis back, and the fact that he played 2 games after tearing the meniscus speaks pretty well to the fact that he's going to recover just fine. So got to remember, he played 3 games against the Clippers, tears it in Game 1, plays 2 games afterwards anyway, and then gets ruled out after that. And in those 3 games, he looked incredible. 24 points per game, 9 boards, blocked 1 shot per game, and shot over 52% from 3. And I will hold true to this until the day I die or until the day the Mavs really win the next championship and I'm over it. If they had Kristaps Porzingis the whole time and he was 100% healthy, they would have beat the Clippers. They would have beat the Clippers in round 1. They took them to 6 games, and that was with basically like 25% version of KP for 3 games and then a 0% version of him for the next 3 games. Still took them to 6. If they had beat the Clippers, they would have been in the Western Conference Finals. This would be a totally different discussion, but hey, it's okay. The guy's still 25 years old, and he just got that knee repaired. He's going to be okay, but it does beg the question, how worried are you about Porzingis' health going forward on a scale of 1 to 10? Listen, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't over 5. I have it at about a 6 right now, so a little bit more than halfway, but not to a point where I'm like, panic, trade him, get rid of him. No, I'm just at a point where, hey, got to keep an eye on it, and it's something that, I don't want to be waking up 10, 15 years down the road and say, man, if only KP and Luka were healthy at the same time. I don't want that to be the case. I don't think it'll be the case, but let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Let's talk about a guy who had some injury problems himself actually a couple years ago, but now he's been healthy. And a good veteran free agent, that's Paul Millsap. Bleacher Report calls Millsap the perfect and realistic target for the Mavs in the offseason, as he will be an unrestricted free agent. Now, he didn't wow you with his numbers in Denver this past year, but as a scrappy and smart veteran, he can come in and mix it up in the post and kind of bring you some of that veteran toughness the Mavs are looking for in the offseason. He put up 12 points per game, pulled down about 6 boards in limited action with the Nuggets. Of course, he was behind Jeremy Grant in the rotation later on in the year and in the playoffs, but he's shown that he can stretch the floor as he shot over 44% from beyond the 3-point arc. I actually would really like Paul Millsap on this team as long as he's coming cheap. I'm not looking to pay him more than the mid-level exception, and I think he could get more than that on the open market. But if the Mavs are near the end and all of a sudden Willie CauleyStein opts out, KP's health is a little bit in question, hey, bring in Paul Millsap, bring me that veteran big man that can stretch the floor. I think he'd be a good fit for this Maverick team, but I wouldn't make him my top priority. Now, our goal on today's show, and our goal has been for the last couple weeks, to get Chat Sports to 200,000 subscribers. So in case you don't already know, All Things Mavs is a part of our bigger channel, Chat Sports. So you go to youtube.com/chatsportstv. You can see it right here and help get that number, which is currently at 199,503. Get it up to 200,000 before the end of the week. Actually, you know what? I think we can do it by like Tuesday morning. So let's make it happen. I want to see so many more Mavs fans over on Chat Sports. So if you haven't already subscribed, I'll put the link in the description. It'll be in the comment section, and also it's right here. So go hit that subscribe button today over on Chat Sports. Let's talk about a guy who's been a polarizing figure among Mavs fans on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, on MySpace, on LinkedIn, on literally any social media platform you can find. People are saying, hey, DeMarcus Cousins to Dallas. Well, pump the brakes a little bit, but DeMarcus Cousins threw a little fuel on the fire by tweeting at Mark Cuban and saying, hey, Mark Cuban's a real one. Now, I think he was referencing Delonte West's rehab and the way that Cuban has offered to really fund that, which, by the way, that rehab is going very well. We just saw pictures of a new and improved Delonte West. But maybe they could bring in a DeMarcus Cousins. He's currently, well, actually not currently. Last time we saw him healthy, he averaged 16 points per game in 30 games with the Golden State Warriors. And, he's 30 years old now. He's coming off some pretty major injuries. We don't really know what he looks like physically. But if DeMarcus Cousins can come in and play that role of really just being an enforcer, I think he could make some sense for this Mavericks team. Now, again, much like Paul Millsap, I'm not going to sign him. Honestly, I take that back. I'd sign Millsap to the MLE. I wouldn't sign Cousins for more than the minimum. And really the only way I would really even bring in DeMarcus Cousins at this point is simply by just, if Willie CauleyStein opts out, Powell's hurt a little bit. Porzingis is hurt a little bit. I'm not signing DeMarcus Cousins for more than the veterans minimum, but I would at least be interested to see what he can do on this Dallas Maverick team. So that brings me to my question for you Mavs fans. Which one would you rather have on this team next season? Willie CauleyStein has a player option, and if he opts in, you have him on the team regardless. But if he opts out, he's a free agent. You could choose. Would you rather have DeMarcus Cousins or Cauley-Stein? Let me know. If you want Willie CauleyStein, type WCS in the comment section. If you want to take a chance on Boogie Cousins, type DMC. But if you're typing your WCS, you're probably going to be pretty happy with this next report that I've got for you. According to Willie CauleyStein himself, and as he quoted on the Step Back podcast, he has officially bought a house in Dallas. Now, with that $2.3 million player option, I don't really know what he's going to do with it. He's been working pretty hard in the offseason. I've seen him at the Prestonwood gym here in Plano, Texas, and he's putting in work and looking like a stretch five. So maybe he thinks he's going to get more money somewhere else, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him opt in after what he said on the Step Back with my friend Dalton Trigg. He said, "They brought me here to come off the bench," they being the Mavericks, of course, "and handle some business and be a goonie. If that's what I'm here for, I'm with it. If it helps you, I bought a house here in Dallas. I'm here chilling." So when he said, "If it helps you, I bought a house here in Dallas," the guys on the Step Back pod basically asked, "Hey, what are you going to do with that player option?" And he's like, "I can't really tell you right now, but just know that I've got a place in Dallas. I signed with a DFW-based agency. I am here to stay." And here's why I like this, because when Cauley-Stein gets consistent minutes, when he got them, and he didn't get them a lot because he wasn't really familiar with the offense, and he only got such a limited amount of time with the Mavs, but when he got those minutes, he put up numbers. Charlotte, by the way, that was the Seth Curry revenge game there of his hometown team, but Willie CauleyStein had a great game. A double-double. He also had 2 blocked shots in 25 minutes of action. He goes in against Utah, a perfect 3 of 3, but only played 4 minutes and scored 8 points. Then he goes up against Atlanta. That's another 25-minute game. He gets 10 boards, 7 points, 2 blocked shots. Similar games against Washington and Denver, both about that 8 to 10-minute range, and consistently putting up about 5 and 5 when he gets that kind of time. And here's the thing. Yes, Cauley-Stein, we signed him to kind of be, quote, a goonie. And you know what I want to surround Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis with? An absolute goon squad. And if you agree with me, you can type hashtag goon squad down in the comment section below. We'll try to get that trending. Give me the Jay Crowders. Give me the Willie CauleySteins. Give them all to me that are going to wreak havoc on other teams. But if you want to make sure that you don't wreak havoc on all of society, you got to be wearing a face mask today. Go to chatsports.com/Mavs mask. Fanatics, they're selling for up to 30% off for a limited time only. I've already got mine. I would show it to you, but I don't have it on me right now. But I wear it every single day into the office. I wear it every single day when I go to lunch, when I go to dinner, when I'm hanging out outside. You got to wear them in Dallas. You probably got to wear them wherever you are watching from today. So go to this link right here, chatsports.com/Mavs mask. You can get packs of 3, 2, you can get 1 all for yourself, or you can even get packs of 4. They're also shipping for free for a limited time only. My buddy right here, he's got one as well. Oh, does it work? Yep, just like that. So go pick one up today, chatsports.com/Mavs mask. Let's go with some more news here for the Dallas Mavericks on Dwight Powell, the starting center for the Mavs, who tore his Achilles back in January. Great news, no limitations in his rehab activity. The dude is ready to go. He has recovered nicely, which is kind of surprising because it feels like that just happened, but really it was like 9 months ago at this point. So the rehab is on schedule, and even though we don't know when that training camp is going to be, he is going to be healthy for that, and I expect him to start alongside Kristaps Porzingis. Now, this report came from Callie Kaplan of Dallas Morning News, and she says, excuse me, Dwight Powell said he has no limitations in his Achilles rehab now. If he could play pickup at the facility, which obviously he can't because of COVID restrictions, he would. And that's awesome news for the Mavs because genuinely, when he's on the court and when he's in the starting five, this team is better. I know a lot of y'all hate Dwight Powell. I know he is a very polarizing figure in the Mavs program right now. But trust me, and the stats back me up. The offensive rating and the efficiency of this team is so much better when Dwight Powell is playing as opposed to when he is not. But if you're one of the Dwight Powell haters, trust me, I get it. He's not a very great rebounder. He's not a great defender. But he's a great finisher, he's a great lob threat, and he's going to make the hustle plays. But do you want Dwight Powell traded? Y for yes, in for no. Let me first preface this. If you're typing Y for yes, that's fine, but you're not going to really get a lot for Dwight Powell at this point. Just because Achilles injury, that contract's a little bigger than I think people would like. That's a bad combo. But you can type your Y for yes. I'm going to type my in for no. I love the dude. I think he's done great things in the Dallas Mavericks program. And also, he's a good player. And I want to see him healthy with the Mavs once again. Let's talk about ESPN. They put the Mavs at number 5 in their way too early NBA power rankings the night after the Lakers win the 2020 NBA championship. And they put them right below the Lakers, the Clippers, the Bucks, the Nuggets, and then the Mavs. And you know what? I'm happy with it because the national media never gives this team the respect that it deserves. And here we go. Number 5 before the season, or really the preseason, or even the training camps have even started. Now you see they're ranked higher than notable teams like the Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors, the Utah Jazz. I'm kind of surprised they put the Mavs higher than the Warriors, but I'll take it. But of course, none of this matters if they can't stay healthy. Everything revolves around 2 guys, Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. If Porzingis is 50%, they're probably closer to that 10 to 12 range. Porzingis is 100%, they're up near that 3 to 5 range. I don't care what anybody says. Luka and KP together are easily top 4 in the Western Conference. That's my opinion. And hey, this is what I love to do. We've done this on a few videos, and it's actually worked really, really well. I love seeing the people that stay all the way to the end of the video, and I know that you've stayed to the end of the video because you respond to our last question of the day or of the night or of the morning whenever you're watching. So what I want you to do is go down to the comment section and rank your top 5 teams going into next season. I know it's really, really early, but go 1 all the way down to 5. You want to put the Mavs at 1? That's fine. If you don't even want the Mavs in the top 5, I'm going to question you because I've got them top 4, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.